This is Craig and Celeste with Sulcata Grove, and today we're going to be taste testing the Brander mango. This is one we don't really know anything about, other than we picked one up at a fruit tasting in Punta Gorda yesterday, and so we're going to give it a try. Got a good mango kind of a smell to it, pretty yellow inside. No fiber in there. Maybe a little bit of fiber, I can hear it. This is very different. We tried another Brander that had a very unusual dense texture to it. This one is much more normal. You can hear that fiber in there. That's not always a bad thing. That the fiber in the flesh can it changes the texture. Well, it's not like get caught in your teeth texture, except usually around the seed. Appley, it's very appley, baked apple type of flavor.
Kind of like applesauce.
Yeah, it tastes like applesauce. If you took
mango applesauce.
If you solidified some applesauce into little pieces, that would be exactly what this tastes like. So it's sweet, but not very. It's like applesauce. I mean, it's not the cinnamon applesauce, just the regular kind.
The mango applesauce.
Mango, well, yeah, they probably make that, so. But where it's mostly apple, and just a little bit of mango. Yeah, I mean, it just tastes like you just took a bite of applesauce.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's very sweet for me, and so I'm not going to rate it very high because I like a sweet mango. If you like an applesauce mango, then this is right up your alley. If you always wanted, when you're eating applesauce and you wished it weren't quite so fluid and you wanted a chunk of applesauce, this is where you need to go. So it's okay. There's nothing. There's no resin. There's no spice. It's just applesauce. I'm trying to remember what the other one we had. The other one that we tasted of this variety, the most thing that stood out was the texture. It had a very, very dense texture to it. This one is, I guess, maybe a little more ripe.
I think it's more underripe.
Underripe, you think?
It tastes less ripe than the other one.
Yeah. It's very juicy, like applesauce. Applesauce. So yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just, it's not very mango-y. I'd give it a 5.5 or 6. I could sit down and eat a whole one though. I mean, it's not like, it's not like eating a mango. It's like eating a solid piece of applesauce. What do you think?
I'd probably give it a 4.
4?
Maybe a 6.
6. So yeah, there's nothing unpleasant about it. There's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't have much of a flavor profile to it. It's very kind of a one note. It is sweet. It is juicy. I like the amount of fiber that's in there. It gives it a good texture. It does have a good texture to it. It's just that the flavor is just kind of,
I think it's a little underripe.
Could be, and the other one was overripe or underripe or something as well. Maybe that's always can be the case with mangoes. you can pick 2 mangoes off of the same tree and have 2 very different experiences based on, more normally, you're going to pick them at a certain stage. Some of them they're picked green, some of them they're picked when they just break color. Some of them you let ripen on the tree. Then you pick them, and usually there's another ripening stage that can depend on the temperature of that ripen, where you're letting that second ripening stage happen. We find that they do better if we have them at somewhere that's air temperature, outside air temperature, rather than in the air conditioning. All those things can kind of tweak it where it's not necessarily the cultivar, but that mango itself. We've had different flavors on one side of the mango versus another side of a mango. So all those kind of things can be factors. So yeah, there can be overripe and underripe. All we can really tell you is what we're tasting at the time. So the brander may have brander. Like I said, we tasted 2 fruit and they tasted very different. And I'm sure if we had 2 more, they probably. I guess after you eat enough of them, you get. Sometimes we have a lot of mangoes that are all very consistent flavored. This is just one of those that's not. So this one was fairly good. Just tasted like eating applesauce. So, and there's nothing wrong with applesauce. Applesauce. That's it. That's exactly what it tastes like. So anyway, pretty good. If you get one, try it. It's there's nothing unpleasant about it. So it'll be one you can say that you tried.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's it for this one, and we'll see you next time.
Pick the mango from the tree and the mango down to me. Put the mango in a sack.